In recent years, Cumberland Valley and Central Dauphin have been the standard of excellence in District 3 wrestling. The teams have combined to win 14 of the last 15 Class AAA District team titles, each winning 7 times. When these two teams battle, the rest of the state takes notice. CV versus CD is always worth the price of admission. Tonight, you get an early Christmas present. You get to see the latest installment of this epic rivalry for free on High School Sports Live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Central Dauphin High School as we begin another season of live high school wrestling action on ABC 27, High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency, our premier sponsor again this year. John Reppes along with George Hartwick, and we could not have asked for a better match to begin our live coverage of the 2016-2017 season than Cumberland Valley and Central Dauphin. The last time we televised this match was right here a couple years ago. The Eagles handed the Rams their first loss ever, home loss in this building. And George, the last time they wrestled, last season's district final, it was one of the most talked about, most controversial matches, perhaps in recent history. It had a little bit of everything, went to the 8th tie-breaking criteria before Cumberland Valley was declared the winner. In light of all of that, what can these two teams do here tonight to top that as an encore?
Do what wrestling does best, settle it on the mat. The idea of East Shore, West Shore, red versus green, two of the most elite programs in Pennsylvania wrestling, some of the most unique characters, the ability to have some of the highest quality wrestling you will see anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania, settled by two of these top teams is truly a Christmas gift. And thanks to our sponsors and thanks to the fans, coaches, and administration here at Central Dauphin, we're going to be able to be bringing this to you tonight live and being able to see what we have heard and talked about since the last year's match. Where are those two teams at? And tonight, you know, politics aside, any talk is aside, just like wrestling and only wrestling can do, it will be decided right there out in that circle.
Okay, it'll be a sea of red cheering for Cumberland Valley, a sea of green cheering for Central Dauphin. Appropriate colors with Christmas just 3 days away. So sit back and enjoy one of the best rivalries in local sports. As always, you have the best seat in the house. CV-CD coming up next on High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait. Look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law, but more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm proud to help save lives.
And I'm Brandon when he was in 8th grade.
With Dad's job, we moved around a lot.
So I went to school online at Connections Academy.
Virtual education was more flexible, and it really motivated me to learn.
I got way organized.
That paid off junior year when I started going to high school here in town, and it's paying off now.
Whoa, you look cool in that uniform.
I know, right? We look cool.
Commonwealth Connections Academy, the tuition-free public cyber school.
living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Welcome back to Central Dauphin High School, getting ready for the first big wrestling match of the season, Class AAA here in District 3. It's also a Mid-Penn Commonwealth matchup between Central Dauphin Rams and the Cumberland Valley Eagles. And we're getting ready to line up for the introduction of the wrestlers. George, I think a lot of people here tonight have been anticipating this since the last time they were on the mat in the district finals. As you said, one of the great things about wrestling is it's going to be decided on the mat. But in light of what took place last year, it's really stoking the fire for interest in this match tonight.
Certainly has. We want to not talk about some of the negativity related to those issues, but certainly when you have those kind of events that occur that cause the outcome of a district championship, and the way that it went down certainly would have everybody circling their calendar, as they normally do for this match. But I think there's a little bit of an extra edge tonight. We've heard some sort of indications that there may be wrestlers out on either side. I can assure you that if they are in any way, shape, or form able to go, they will be a participant tonight. And there's a lot of confidence being exuded by both sides. And here a little bit of an edge that Cumberland Valley believes they have early on in this match. But again, this gym is tough to win in. It only happened at the time that we witnessed.
Yeah.
And in order to come in here and really establish yourself against a perennial powerhouse in Central Dauphin, Cumberland Valley better bring it tonight.
Yeah, one of the things you have to realize, too, is even though we're early in the season, I don't think Central Dauphin has had a dual match yet. But the thing is, these teams are coming off the Beast of the East tournament down in Delaware last weekend, where over the span of 2 days, some of these guys were probably wrestling 5, 6, 7 times. So it might not be out of the ordinary to see some early season injuries because of that. We're having a pre-match ceremony here tonight on behalf of the Four Diamonds Fund. A lot of the people from Central Dauphin are involved with this, along with the wrestlers and some local families. Of course, Four Diamonds for Cancer Research here in the area, based out of the medical center at Penn State.
None of these families has seen a bill. Is that correct? So very good cause. Tonight was a blackout night, and all the proceeds go to these families and to further research. And we wanted to take time to introduce some of these families. I have 3 families with me, and I understand it's been a very long journey and sometimes quite a difficult struggle. So I'm going to start off with the first family, the Hollister family. Could you raise your hands? Oh, down here, I'm sorry. Sorry, the Hollister family. And Reagan, you are the Four Diamonds child, right? Very good. And you're done, you rang the bell on your chin, is that correct?
Yes. It means that I'm done with all my treatments.
Congratulations. And we have Mom and Dad, Paul and Lori, right? And we have, and raise your hands, Madison, Tyler, and Killian. Next we have the Marr family. Marr family, raise your hands. Mayor family, raise your hands down here. Marr? Okay, hello, how are you? What's your name? Lexi. Hi, Lexi. And you're a Four Diamonds child, right?
Yeah.
And I understand you're pretty long in your treatment too, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And Mom, what has she done so far?
She's finished her chemo and radiation.
Congratulations. And Clarissa, Mom's Clarissa, and then we have Aizen's here, and then Christian, right? Okay, and then the Bub family, right? That's got to be in the center, right? Okay, raise your hand, Bub family. Okay, Colby, you're the Four Diamonds kid, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get back to you in a minute. But I'm going to raise your hands. Okay, we have Bill, we have April, and who else do we have here? Okay. And family members over here. A round of applause here. And then, none of us could have done this without the Four Diamonds supervisors and advisors and everybody that was behind it. Would you raise your hands and give them a hand of applause? Okay, I'm going to put Colby out here in the center. So Colby, I understand you're a little further in the process than the other young ladies were. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I understand that you had your follow-up scan this week. Is that right?
Yes.
And I understand that you have the result for us. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to tell everybody what the result was. Real loud. Cancer-free!
In case you couldn't quite hear, that's 11-year-old Colby Bubb from Boiling Springs, and found out this week he's cancer-free.
We talk about sports and how it's relative, and when you see kids who are going through so much and the ability for them to overcome these challenges, it really puts their own lives in perspective. Congratulations, Colby.
As much as we're placing importance on what's going on in the match tonight, that's probably the best thing that will happen this evening.
No doubt.
And bring them to the families.
God bless them. I think we've got a couple of other honorariums for those individuals who have survived and are moving forward in their cancer treatment. Four Diamonds is just one other way that we're able to be engaged at some level. Again, sports is a great vehicle, but the type of challenges that they're overcoming right now, they are really the ones who deserve our full support and our prayers at this point. Here comes Colby out for the coin toss. And hopefully it won't be long before he's able to participate again, because we know those Boiling Springs bubblers, you don't want to keep them off the mat either.
No.
Okay, before the announcements today, we will do the coin toss. So captains to the center of the mat.
Your officials tonight are Mike Satino and Brian Schwartz.
Okay, so that's it for our pre-match ceremony. Again, congratulations to Colby Bubb of Boiling Springs.
And now for our lineup.
We'll be back with live wrestling. Our first match of the night will be 220 pounds. Cumberland Valley in Central Dauphin coming your way next on ABC 27, presented by PHFA. Stay tuned.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Archie Smith. Fasten your seatbelt.
To become a top defensive player, you need proper lateral technique. The cone-to-cone lateral slide drill will help a player practice getting quicker. It's important to keep the feet wide while the player is in a sit-down position with the back upright. When sliding back and forth, avoid crossing the feet or bringing feet together. Big focus on short, choppier steps. The lateral cone drill is just one fundamental a player will learn in my class.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait, look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait, look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
The front is mostly masonry.
And then the masonry will meet the window frame.
I think this project's really coming together.
Living Well with a Disability is a free source for anyone with any type of disability. We provide countless resources and endless opportunities to live your best.
I really am living well.
Call 1-877-2-LIVE-WELL to discover resources available for you.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
Today's Advanced Hoops tip will feature Gerald Jarman, former Division I point guard from the University of Richmond.
The figure 8 cone dribble drill is a great drill to teach players how to cross over right and left as they go around the cones in a figure 8 pattern. This also teaches a player to hook the ball right and left as they go around the cone. These skills in a game speed motion will help a player develop control and speed in the open court. The most effective way to execute this drill is to time them in 30-second intervals so they push themselves at a fast pace. This is a key drill I teach my players in my crossover intensity class.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We are ready for action at Central Dauphin. Great rendition of the national anthem. We are getting started. Referees tonight, we have two of them, Jim Citino and Brian Schwartz.
Mike.
They will be the men in charge of keeping order on the court, on the mat. And we are ready to start. We will be at 220 pounds to get things going this evening.
I'll tell you, John, these pre-match ceremony, the national anthem, this really has the making to a big-time event. We'll see if the wrestling is going to follow through. The crowd, I'm really excited, and I hope the viewers are at home. The energy here, you can feel it. It's intense.
From Cumberland Valley, Galen Whitmer.
And we're underway at 220 pounds.
I believe we've got Galen Whitmer from Cumberland Valley. and Ulrich from Central Dauphin High School.
I believe that's Carter Ulrich. Carter Urich, I believe it. Starting with the big boys tonight. Typically, you don't see a whole lot of action early on from the heavier weights.
Just feeling each other out, trying to use their head from an inside tie perspective. Nice shot. Whitmer in on a single leg. Ulrich trying to counter. Putting his weight down, trying to spin around. Whitmer staying in on a single. Looks like they're getting out towards the out-of-bounds line. Whitmer trying to keep him in bounds here to finish for two, and they go out of bounds. Still no score.
Minute in, first period. No score. Cumberland Valley in the white singlets with the red trim. And it's Central Dauphin in the white with the green trim.
Like the opening movements here from Mr. Whitmer. He's trying to both shrug and the last shot he was able to get in there on the outside leg. Wasn't able to turn the corner, but certainly not afraid to go underneath. Just needs to finish. Again underneath, Whitmer needs to switch off to a double, still in a single. Ulrich sprawling. Whitmer needs to, again, now take on all that weight. He's now trying to cross over for a double. Does so and earns the first 2 points tonight. Seven seconds remaining.
One period down.
Galen Whitmer.
2-0 favor of Galen Whitmer of Cumberland Valley. Get another look at the action on that. Here's the takedown. Period number 2 underway. For those of you who might be tuning in for the first time, wrestling, 3 periods, 2 minutes each.
Galen Whitmer, with his selection in the second period, chose the defensive position. Attempted a stand-up, was pushed out by Carter Ulrich. Now he's way too high. Whitmer just basically hipped him over, earns a 1-point escape, now leads the match 3-0. Galen Whitmer, Cumberland Valley.
Tell you, George, as stoked as this crowd was after those pre-match ceremonies, it's, I don't know, very still in here right now, I guess is the best way to say it. They're ready to explode.
The only one who's not still is Galen Whitmer, who actually gets underneath again for another high crotch single leg takedown. Now they extend the lead to 5-0. I like the way Whitmer is able to move. You know, usually you don't see 220 guys trying to go underneath too often. Oftentimes they get stuck there and they play an upper body game. In this case, Whitmer has demonstrated the ability to go underneath with a high crotch and been able to turn the corner and finish now for 2 takedowns and escape, and now is controlling from the offensive position. Just hanging out one-on-one here. He needs to do a little bit more than just hang right there on the back. He's got to attempt to work out to the side or attempt to turn. And just right on cue, official Mike Citino, a longtime official also from Stilton, Pennsylvania, calls Mr. Whitmer for his first stalling warning. As you're aware, you get 1 stalling warning. The second stalling warning is a point. Third stalling warning is a point. 4th stalling is 2 points and then disqualification. Again, Whitmer needs to be very careful here. He's just going to keep riding him around, which he finally freed up. First point earned by Mr. Is it Uric?
Uric, I believe.
Uric.
U-R-I-C-H.
Whitmer attempting another attempt. And again, is being aggressive, trying to get one here right at the edge. Initially, Mike Citino awarded 2, and tonight it's great that we've got 2 officials out here on the mat. It's always good to get 2 sets of eyes on a match of this significance, and both officials worked along well there. Mike Citino awarding 2 and going to the his fellow official and waving him off. So there was no 2 points earned. Score remains 5-1, Galen Whitmer, Cumberland Valley.
So the Eagle Junior takes that 5-1 lead in tonight's third period. Opening match, 220 pounds.
Another quick stall. That's going to result in a point.
Not much of a weight,
that should be a point.
Weight differential here. Whitmer weighed in at 217. Uric weighed in at 215, so very evenly matched.
Another quick stall called by Mike Citino, which gives Mr. Uric a point, now making it 5. It should be 5-3. 5-3 is what the match should be. Again, with a stalling warning and escape, and then he let him up. Should be 5-3 right now.
Early in the season like this, George, are the wrestlers in wrestling shape yet, or is that something that's going to have to happen as the season goes along?
Well, it depends upon if guys like this are out on the football field and how long they've been training, whether they're in football shape or whether they're in wrestling shape. It's a total difference. I remember coming off of a football season, not being able to breathe after the first minute on the wrestling match. So for the bigger guys, it may take them a little longer, particularly the ones that were on the football field this year.
Final minute, opening match, period number 3. Galen Whitmer of Cumberland Valley still on top 5-3.
He's got to be careful. He's still being the aggressor here, which is good. He's got 2 stalling calls on him so far. So he's going to want to make sure he stays on the aggressive path here. He still continues to shoot underneath. Now stalling warning on Uric, and Whitmer actually took him down and continues to pursue. Now, I thought it was 8-3, but it looks like now it is 8-3.
Closing seconds, action really picking up.
Whitmer looking for an additional bonus point here. It doesn't look like he's going to earn it with about 3 seconds to go remaining in the match. Should end up 8-3.
First match of the night goes to the Cumberland Valley Eagles. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Match number 2 is now 285 pounds.
We've got Evan Childs out there.
For Central Dauphin.
For Central Dauphin. And
Christian Arrington for Cumberland Valley.
Well, when we get the big guys out here, it always stokes up the crowd, and certainly didn't disappoint in the initial stages. It appears that Childs has a distinct weight advantage here. Childs weighing in at 275.8, which is really at the limit of 275 pounds.
Arrington only weighed at 197.
Just barely made it to be able to wrestle in the 275 weight pound class, but is certainly, from a quickness standpoint, holding his own out here. against a much bigger Childs. So we've got about a 80-pound weight advantage here for Evan Childs. Again, spins around, and brings it down to the mat for the first two. Immediately to a back ankle, trying to put him on a side. No escape there. It stays in control. Evan Childs still with a 2-0 lead here at heavyweight. You could feel the Central Dauphin fans have been sitting on their hands long enough. They're ready to get engaged, and Mr. Childs has given them a reason to.
Childs, one of the veterans in the CD lineup, 27 wins last year for the senior. As a junior last year, coming back now for his senior year this year.
They're trying to work a crossface here. Now trying to put an armbar in. Actually a nice Granby roll through by Harrington to avoid any kind of near fall points. Oh, very close to stuffing him here there at the end, but no rewarding of points.
So, a lot of action opening period there. The big boys at the heavyweight, 285 pounds. Evan Charles of CD is going to take a 2-0 lead over Christian Arrington of Cumberland Valley in the period number 2.
Harrington selecting the neutral position at the beginning of the second period, down 3-0. Very difficult when you're outweighed by 80 pounds to get in on a leg without the other wrestler exerting that weight on you. So if you're going to shoot, you better get around quick and snatch that leg, or else you'll find yourself with your face to the mat, usually giving up 2.
When you're the smaller guy in a situation like this, what's your greatest fear? That he's just going to overpower you, or he's going to land on you, or what?
I think what you need to do is be able to use your quickness well and don't get caught underneath of the guy. I mean, if you're underneath him, he can use his weight to a distinct advantage. It appears right now blood time has been called. Blood time for Christian Harrington. For those of you at home, blood time, there is 5 minutes total blood time when there's blood that becomes apparent. The trainers are called over. They must be able to stop the bleeding and finish addressing it. Once they have finished addressing it and had the blood stop, the official stops the clock and tries to bring them back in the middle as soon as both men are cleaned up.
And that looks like that was the case. So we will restart with 1:24 to go in the second period. Childs leading Arrington 2-0.
Childs looking for a double underhook. Harrington just really trying to stay away again out from underneath. Now again, he's in deep. But as you can see, using the weight against him, it's really hard for them to finish. You got to get out to the side rather than having his weight bear down on you the whole way. But a really good attempt. And again, there you go, Childs. Now snapped him down into a front headlock. Most likely he's going to look for a near side cradle. Harrington now playing the edge, comes in to try to attack a leg of his own. Childs with a crossface now earns 2.
2 on the takedown, makes it 4-0 now.
Now hanging on a back ankle. Now has a crossface in. Needs to post that leg behind. Drive his head to the leg. He's going to try to lock him up. Takes him on his back for bonus points. We've got the Central Dauphin crowd stomping their feet over here. Needs to get his head and knee in the side in order to try to get his scapula flat to the back. It's got him really in a good position right now. Starting to stretch him out. Referee shaking his head no.
Can he hold on? 5.
He needs these bonus points for the Rams. As you know, it's going to be tight tonight. Not able to do it.
Oh, so close. Both wrestlers look like they're totally exhausted.
Evan Childs with the choice in the third period is going to choose the offensive position as you'd like.
Here it is again. Yep. Take a look at that.
Cradle in. See a little blood there too.
Yeah, just Every muscle in the body's got to be screaming at that point, doesn't it?
Especially for Mr. Harrington. Childs again trying to break him down with an ankle, going straight to the crossface again, trying to grab a forearm. He's going to post behind the knee. Actually, he's going to try to corkscrew. He's going to try to snatch that arm, keep the weight on underneath. If he can get that back elbow and continue to come back around, which he's been unable to secure.
So that flurry of activity there at the end of the period made it 7-0 favor of Childs.
Really important. Childs earns bonus points here again. Got to make sure Harrington continues to move on the bottom. Childs again working a crossface. Looking to either do the corkscrew again. Now he comes out front. There he goes. That's it. That's going to be it. There's no way he's coming out of that.
Evan Childs, a winner by fall of 285, gets the Rams on the board. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Well, that got the crowd on the feet. Nothing like a good pin to get things going. So the Rams now on top of the Eagles 6-3 in the team score as we flip the scales and we go to the lightweights, 106 pounds. It's going to be Patrick DeMarc for Cumberland Valley. So trying to identify the wrestler for Central Dauphin.
It says Mosby on the list that we got, but I think the only one we see
might be Weathersby.
Weathersby, that's who it's got to be. Ty Weathersby. Patrick DeMarc, first 2 points.
You have to bear with us as we try to identify these wrestlers because unlike all the other sports, there's no names or no numbers. You have to wait for them to be identified to us before we can identify them to you. So it's Patrick DeMarc, Cumberland Valley, Ty Weathersby for Central Dauphin.
Ty Weathersby trying to get out there, grabbed hands, stood up, and right now is trying to get out from the bottom position again, fighting the hands down below. Great job by Patrick DeMarc by pushing his weight forward and keeping him controlled on the mat. Again, now has a far elbow, trying to lift the near knee. Hanging on to it, needs to work the action.
You'd almost guess by the size of these guys, both are freshmen.
Yep. It's tough to maintain 106 no matter what.
No matter what the age, huh? So that's the end of the first period, and it's DeMarc with a 2-0 lead as we go to period number 2.
Ty Weathersby deciding to defer. Patrick DeMarc selecting the defensive position at the beginning of the second period. Weathersby again put himself in a really bad spot. DeMarc switched to go ahead 4-0 there.
And if you're new to the sport, there's 14 different weight classes that are going to be contested. You wrestle individually, you try to win, and you earn team points. The number of points you earn, anywhere from 3 to 6, is based on your margin of victory in your individual match.
Now Patrick DeMarc stepping away and letting Weathersby up, thinking that he's going to be able to get an advantage on his feet. Attempting to let him up, take him down, has not earned it yet. Now he has, to move to a 6-1 lead. And I'd suspect, based upon that, with the coach's instructions, I suspect we're going to see a little bit more of that if he's unable to turn him. Again, trying to work a far elbow here, near leg. Weathersby just really sprawling out, not able to allow DeMarc to get any leverage to be able to turn him here. Content with staying there.
A lot of action early going. Things kind of settled down in this match.
Yeah, I get Weathersby here is really trying to avoid any bonus points from being scored, and DeMarc is trying to go out there and earn those bonus points again. Selecting again the neutral position, allowing Weathersby to get 1 point, but getting 2 right in return to go ahead up 8-2. Now with back points. Got him in it. Inside leg. He's got hooked as well as he's trying to turn his hips away. If he can get that far elbow, now he's got a crossface in. Still in the same points. They've not been awarded yet. He's still in the same exact position. He's got to leave go of that inside leg if he wants to earn additional back points. Referee holding on to 3 right now.
When you're wrestling, how do you know when to make that decision to let that move go?
The only way that you can award the points is when there is a complete release of the current situation. So in that case, he still had that inside leg locked. As long as he had that inside leg locked and he was in that position, he was not going to award the points.
So Patrick DeMarc of Cumberland Valley with an 11-2 advantage as we start period number 3.
And DeMarc really starting to push his will now, shows that he can turn Weathersby, and just as again put him on his back. Looks like he's going to go up here 14-2.
We're getting into technical fall range. Anytime you open up a 15-point lead over your opponent, the match is over. You get 15 points. That's for a technical fall. 3 more awarded for that, for back points there. So it's now, as you said, George, 14-2.
Now he's going with a cross wrist tilt. Now underneath trying to lock it up. Weathersby trying to sprawl out and not give up any additional bonus points here. DeMarc getting a little frustrated. Weathersby just basing out here. He's got to go ahead and move. It won't be long before Mike Citino calls him for stalling. DeMarc again trying to work underneath the chin. Starting to earn bonus points here again. As a matter of fact, it's calling injury time. Injury time.
You can see the ref up close talking to the wrestlers. What would he be saying in a situation like that?
Stay off his throat. Stay off his throat. Obviously, keep it legal. Keep it legal. I mean, you don't give any advice. You don't coach. But you have to remind people of the positions that they're in. In this case, you'd want to say, keep it legal. And he was coming up across his throat. You don't want to choke him out while you're in a position to earn points. Otherwise, you would have to come up and it could either be considered potentially dangerous or illegal, depending upon how he would place that move on the throat.
You know, I can't believe we're about, almost 3 matches in, and we haven't even mentioned the coaches yet tonight, have we?
Well,
2 of the legends, Dave Heckert and Jeff Swaggart.
I don't get the chance to see coaches with more leadership ability, the ability to have their teams in shape, to understand the principles of what wrestling's about. And I know last year didn't end well, and we talked about not getting into all that tonight, but we certainly know that these guys are individuals that have brought integrity and a certain level of expectation to both their crowds and to their wrestling teams, and that's why they are consistently in the top of the state and the top of the country as it relates to wrestling.
And we're back underway. Final minute of action, period 3, match number 3 of the night, 106 pounds. Patrick DeMarc of Cumberland Valley in control. It's now 14-3, now 16-3.
Wasting no time getting a takedown. He's going to try to earn these final bonus points here. I suspect we'll either see him let him up again. That's what he did. 16-4. He's going to play the takedown game, hopefully to try and get him to his back. It was close again. 20 seconds. He's working against the clock.
Needs 3 points to get the technical fall. Right now, he has a major decision.
Weathersby be happy to hang on to this front headlock right here. Now trying to spin it by. Actually earns 2. That's a way to finish out the match. Not only did you not give it up, you kept it within 10.
Finished strong, but it's not going to be enough. Patrick DeMark, a winner at 106 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Back at Central Dauphin, we move on to match number 4. At 113 pounds, Paul Dobby of Central Dauphin.
Ben Mon.
And Ben Mon of Cumberland Valley. Dobby at 113, a junior. Mon coming in as a freshman. Mon weighed in at 109. Dobby weighed in at 112.
This looks like one of these toss-up, evenly matched, early on affairs that really could play a big, big part in the outcome of the match. You know, we always say it may not be the best wrestlers on your team that play the biggest roles. Sometimes it's these matches of kids who are more evenly matched, maybe not at the top of the lineup, but certainly contributing to the lineup. And this looks like one of those toss-up matches that could really turn the score either way.
Just to get you caught up, this match is still scoreless, but that 4-point major decision by Patrick DeMark at 106 put Cumberland Valley back on top of the team score by a score of 7-6.
And go, both guys really feeling each other out. No points awarded yet. Still in the neutral position. And guys look evenly matched here. Almost built the same, aren't they, John?
Yeah. It's one of those cases where if you switch uniforms, you still might not be able to tell.
Maybe a little bit darker hair, that's about it. Again, just hanging there on the front. He really needs to spin, try to get something, bang that head down and spin around, but it's not going to earn anything here. 0-0 at the end of the first period.
These guys are at 113 pounds. Do you remember back when you weighed 113 pounds?
I think I was born at 113 pounds. So the answer is no.
No. Me either, so we're even. Scoreless going to period number 2 at 113. Dobby and Mon.
I did wrestle in my sophomore year. I cut the whole way down to 126, but it was a misery, and I only lasted there for about 4 matches before I bumped back up to 132.
And you're, what, 133 now, right?
I wish. Again, Ben Mon now controlling this position from the top. It was Paul Dobby that selected the defensive position to begin the second period. It's important that he works his way out here and tries to earn a point in the second period, but it's not going to do so. Any coach will tell you cannot score with your head flat on the mat. You got to get it up, you got to tie hands, and you got to go. It looks like now Paul Dobby has a nosebleed and is going to be awarded time to get that addressed.
Now we have a timeout here for some blood cleanup. Let's take a quick break. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home. with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free homeownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of homeownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Back at Central Dauphin, we have blood time coming up here in the 113-pound match. Minute 11 to go in period number 2. It is scoreless between Paul Dobby of Central Dauphin, who was being treated for that blood spillage right there, and Ben Mon of Cumberland Valley. Things cleaned up, the blood stopped, and we are going back to action.
Looks like, actually, the top guy was hit for a caution. I didn't see that there. He basically has now warned the Cumberland Valley wrestler for a false start based upon positioning. And it appears that Mr. Dobby is still rolling, so I guess we're back on blood time here. Maybe time to take another quick break.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney.
Back at Central Dauphin, and we're getting some cleanup here as Paul Dobby has a bloody nose. The Central Dauphin wrestler at 113 pounds. Looked like we were getting ready to get back into action, but all of a sudden it started to flow again, so it's requiring a little bit more medical attention. George, as a wrestler, how frustrating is it when you're out there and you have a situation like this where there's really nothing you can do about it? It's just a matter of they have to try to get the blood stopped, and then if it doesn't, then, how frustrating is that, knowing that you have no control over what's taking place?
Well, I think what you try to do is let the trainers do their job, get it finished. You do all you can to get yourself as much wind and rest as you possibly can. So when you are able to get back out there on the mat, you're going to be starting fresh with a match this tight in a toss-up area right now. He needs every breath and every moment to be able to stay engaged and hopefully can win this toss-up match.
Okay, so we're back to action. Still scoreless.
I have a feeling this won't be the last time we see blood from Mr. Dobby. It's going pretty good. So we got to keep an eye on that blood time as well. But again, no score. Again, Ben Mon in the offensive position. And Paul Dobby selected the defensive position in hopes to try to gain the first point of the match, and so far has been unsuccessful at trying to get off the bottom. Again, can't get there when you lay with your head on the mat. You got to rip the hands down low. You got to be able to walk those hands up right now. Free them up. Get up on your knees. Clear those hands and get free. With your face on the mat, you're going to stay there. Now it looks like Ben Mon's working. He's got a wing here. He's got to be careful. Now he jumps to the right side to run it. Tries to trap the other side.
Let's beat the clock. 10 seconds to go in the period.
He's got to beat the clock and the out-of-bounds line, both of which are not his friends at this point.
So, we are still scoreless. We'll start the third period just like we began the first one. 0-0 on this individual match scoreboard. And you don't see that too often, do you? It's scoreless after 2 periods.
I'll tell you what else you don't see too often. When you go into the third period, nothing. Usually you'd see Ben Mon take the defensive position to try to earn one at least to get out. Instead, he selected the offensive position to begin this third period. So that's something you don't see very often at all. You'd figure he'd want to score, feels more confident riding from the top here, thinks he's going to get a turn rather than just trying to get an escape. We'll see how this works out.
And I guess that's just where a wrestler has to know what his game is, right?
He feels much more comfortable in that position, thinks he can score points in the final 2 minutes from there versus trying to get out from the bottom.
What would you have done? Scoreless, how would you have started?
I always want to be on my feet, but in that situation, I would have went on the bottom, worked hands, get out real quick, and then work towards a takedown. I think it's always better and easier if you can score from the defensive position. Really, in my opinion, the defensive position is a matter of will and wanting it. You got to, right off the bat, you got to secure his hands, don't let anything get underneath. You got to be able to work those hands, stand up, and get away, get your arm between the body. And again, Mr. Dobby's down here with his head on the mat, and it doesn't appear that he's going to be doing anything to work out from that position. You can never score from the bottom with your face planted on the mat. You can give up points that way, but you're not going to earn them.
Final minute of action. Still scoreless at 1:13.
Not much action here.
Situation here where really the first one to slip up loses.
Yep. Dobby has to be careful he doesn't try and do one of these sit-outs and get caught. Also doesn't want to get caught stalling either, but I think we're going to go to a 1 minute sudden death overtime here. Or 1 minute overtime period. Unless right here it goes. He's got him cross shoulder. If he's able to get him tilted, he does. There we go. Just like that, the match is over.
That could be the move of the match right there.
Yep.
Ben Mon with the late points. 10 seconds left, gets the win at 1:13. 3-0.
Wow.
You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Welcome back to Central Dauphin.
Okay.
Eagles on top of the Rams, 10-6. We move to our fifth match of the night, 120 pounds.
Cade Reichert versus
Cade
Chris
Reichert
Wright.
against Chris Wright.
Good match here. Two names that aren't unfamiliar for any Central Pennsylvania wrestling fans.
Cade Reichert, the younger brother of Cal Reichert, who we might see a little bit later on. Chris Wright coming off a great performance down at Beast of the East down in Delaware this past weekend. Coming in 6th place.
And Chris Wright's a quality wrestler. He's one of those kids who continues to go hard. Solid base. Really good on his feet. And good from all three positions. Right now the aggressor, but great job by Cade Reichert. Defend that off, now working that front headlock. Trying to bang Mr. Wright's head before he spins. Referee Satino calling a stalemate, bringing them back on their feet.
Reichert of Cumberland Valley, a sophomore, had 24 wins last year. Chris Wright, as we set off, that 6th place down at Beast of the East. Already 83 wins in his career already. 40 as a freshman, 43 last year.
That's awesome.
So he's quickly closing in on the 100 victory mark with the effort he put forth down in Delaware.
And Cade Reichert is really a good wrestler. So this may be one of the best matchups of the evening. Chris Wright earning the first takedown. 35 seconds remaining. Now has an arm bar locked on one side, trying to reach for the opposite arm. Now he's getting a hammerlock. If he can get that over the top, Reichert doing a good job of ripping it off. He's really trying to use that bar well. He might be running out of time, trying to grab the forearm. Now hammerlock again. He's going to run out of time.
So Chris Wright had the better of it there in the opening period of 120 pounds. He'll take a 2-0 lead into period number 2.
He deferred. Chris Wright did at the beginning of the second period, and it was Cade Reichert chose the neutral position, chose standing for the start of the second period. Nice job getting the head movement there by Wright. Pushed up, down, got him a little bit off balance, and dumped his head and spun around for the next 2. Going ahead to a 4-0 lead is Chris Wright.
You know, George, one of the great things I like about wrestling is there's no delay. In baseball, you throw a pitch, the guy might walk around, rub down the ball, the batter will adjust the batting gloves. Here, the period's over, back up, start.
That's right.
And you're right back at it.
You got to be in shape to wrestle. And there is no delay. If you can see with those white uniforms, I noticed Cade Reichert, he's got a 10-pack underneath there as a young man. You can see how well conditioned he is. Now again, Chris Wright working the bar on one side, looking to either snatch the hand. Now spun him around. That's good. He's able to turn him. Now he's facing him in. He's got to cover the head the other way. Now he's got to cover the head. Now he's got to bring it back down. It's going to be hard. Now he's got the headlock good. He's going to spin it around. This good looks like a fall.
There it is. Chris Wright, winner by fall with 120 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27. Presented by PHFA.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
So Chris Wright's pin at 120 has put the Rams back on top. They are now up by a score of 12-10. As we move on to our next match, 126.
I know we got Jake Cherry, and we've got Russell
Zimmerman for Cumberland Valley.
Jake Cherry just committing, senior, to a great wrestling program, the University of Pittsburgh. And right now, having to scramble to try to get out from a deep leg attempt by Russell Zimmerman. Trying to swim around, trying to get that inside leg hook. This is, now he's got both hooked. That's a really, really good workout by Jake Cherry there. Not only was he on his butt in a really bad position, he was able to hook the arm, get the leg in to earn 2, and now attempting to try to earn back points in a tilt situation.
It looks like we're going to have some blood time here. Chris Wright, as we said, had 83 wins coming into this season for Central Dauphin. Jake Cherry, the senior for the Rams, 112 career victories coming into this year. 45 of those by pin.
Yeah, maybe a good idea. Another blood time here to get in an opportunity to see some of our sponsors.
Sure, while they do some patchwork on the mat, let's take a step aside. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends. But tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm proud to help save lives.
And I'm Brandon when he was in 8th grade.
With Dad's job, we moved around a lot.
So I went to school online at Connections Academy.
Virtual education was more flexible, and it really motivated me to learn.
I got way organized.
That paid off junior year when I started going to high school here in town, and it's paying off now.
Whoa, you look cool in that uniform.
I know, right? We look cool.
Commonwealth Connections Academy, the tuition-free public cyber school.
Back at Central Dauphin, they are still doing some cleanup work and some medical attention on the mat. Looks like Jake Cherry of Central Dauphin requiring that attention.
I just got attacked by my colleague, one of our board chair, Commissioner Jeff Haste. He wanted to find out if we were on air, and assuredly we were conducting no business. His son Andrew wrestles for Central Dauphin, so he's also was a wrestler from Lewistown High School, believe it or not. So no secret why we get along well, regardless of Republicans and Democrats. We share wrestling in common, and we're not afraid to work hard and not looking for someone else to blame.
Little known fact, Mr. Haste and I were in the same dormitory down at Shippensburg University.
All kind of facts about Jeff Haste tonight.
In our younger day. Much younger day. Okay, cleanup is complete. We are getting ready to get back underway. First period, final minute. Jake Cherry, Cumberland, or Central Dauphin, Russell Zimmerman, Cumberland Valley at 126.
I knew it was going to be tough. Jake Cherry took a shot at the bridge of his nose and was bleeding, so in order to avoid some future contact, they broke out the mask.
The face mask.
I hated it. I had a broken nose for about a month of a season, and wearing those things are really, really difficult. They restrict your breathing and make it tough, but they certainly are good to protect you from a nose problem. Jake Cherry earning back points right now. Looks like he's got a 5 count. He's holding 3 with 10 seconds to go.
So they awarded 3 there, so the Central Dauphin senior will take a 5-0 lead into period number 2 at 126. There's another look at the action there.
Nice tilt, elbow in the back, pried him over, earned 3. Now again, see the bottom position, you don't stop. Move, sit out, turn in, put 2 and 3 things together. He's going to work his way out here. You don't hold somebody down from the bottom position long. It's a matter of will. Gets his head free. Earns 1, now out to a 6-0 lead is Jake Cherry over Russell Zimmerman. And again, really important that Central Dauphin try to earn bonus points. They're talked about them being at the meat of their lineup right now. You've got Chris Wright, Jake Cherry. You've got Hunter Bentz. You got Andrew Wirt. You've got really a stacked group, and then you come right back to Cumberland Valley where they've got Wyatt Long and Kyle Reichert. So when you got your studs out there, you want to see 5 or 6 points. You got to get all these bonus points that you can, because they will make a difference as this match starts to wind down and come to a close. Jake Cherry, and again, bleeding on his nose. His mom just came over and whispered in my ear that his nose is broken. So it's might have been stemming from an injury this past weekend of wrestling. Came out without a mask and obviously must have re-injured it. But we need to make sure he keeps that from bleeding and extending the time, but also keeping himself safe out there as he's continuing to wrestle. So I think we will see Jake Cherry with the mask for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, and that says something about the will of a wrestler. As you said, a broken nose, and put the mask back on and let's get at it.
That's it. You know? No time to rest.
I'm not stepping down for this. So back underway, period number 2, final minute. Cherry in control, 6-0 over Zimmerman.
And again, nice shot in by Russell Zimmerman, just not able to finish. He's now trying to extend the leg. Jake Cherry not in as good a position as he was before when he came on top, but still trying to snatch bottom hips, not trying to give up anything, and actually does. He gets taken down there. That's surprising.
Well, Zimmerman gets on the board. He trails now 6-2 as we come to the closing seconds of period number 2.
Again, Zimmerman with the opportunity here based upon him getting in deep twice. And last time finishing with 2 points there. He's going to select the neutral position to begin the third period. Very important that they earn some bonus points right here, but right now Zimmerman, the aggressor, feeling confident on his feet, and Jake Cherry not looking completely like himself. I don't know if it's the nose. Now trying to work a Russian. Getting extended a little bit. Both guys working, fighting for hand control inside. Anybody who knows wrestling knows that's some of the most critical parts, to be able to get that wrist and hand control inside, to be able to move a guy to the position where you need him to be in order to take him down. Half shot by Zimmerman. Now trying to hook the elbow and go underneath for a dump.
Yeah, that's one point I think we mention every year, George, is the fact that wrestling is not just all about brute force.
No.
It's technique. It's simple things like that, like getting control of somebody's wrist or hand.
Yep. Zimmerman there trying to actually turn in, fell right into a single leg by Jake Cherry. Now Jake Cherry's got it scooped in. He's got to finish this. He's got to cut across the body, free up his legs, get that arm inside the body, and then try to double leg him. Right now, not in a position to do it. Zimmerman holding on to the back ankle, doing it effectively as well. Cherry's still trying to work up, hooking that inside leg. It does so to earn 2.
2 more points.
He needs a turn here for bonus. Not much time left. This could be a big victory for Cumberland Valley. Even though they didn't win, not to give up bonus points here.
3.
Yep.
It looks like that's going to be it. Jake Cherry is going to be your winner at 126 pounds by a score of 8-2. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Look, Ryan. Shh. Look over there. I see it. I see it. Is that what I think it is? That's a beauty. Wait. Look. There's an even bigger one. Oh, wow. Shh. Oh, man. Don't worry, buddy. I know where there's a whole herd of them.
Hoffman has them, so be sure to stop by to save a lot of bucks.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, 132 pounds. Now we go to, is the Rams lead the Eagles now 15-10 on the big scoreboard.
This ought to be a really interesting match as well. As you've read in the newspaper, we've seen Jake Barrick try to go at 120 pounds. Has been having a very difficult time trying to get down to that weight. As you can see, has very, very little body fat. Jake Barrick tonight again weighing in at 128.2, trying to get down to 120. He's a tall 128.2, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it to that 120 level. It's as tall as he is and as well built as he is, that's going to be a difficult pull for him. Right now, Word in on a single leg, gets to a double leg, earns the first 2 points of the match.
Word coming off a great performance down at Beast of the East, got all the way to the semifinals before he lost, I think, to the eventual champion, and then battled his way back and won the third place consolation. So a strong third place finish at Beast of the East, perhaps one of the top tournaments in the country for high school wrestling this past weekend down in Delaware.
When you talk about Beast of the East, Powerade, King of the Mountain, this is the time of the year where champions are wrestling champions from across the country. And it really prepares you for the regular season. And to have that kind of high-level wrestling and then go into a high-level dual meet like this really sees wrestling at, even though it's early in the season, really at some of its best competition.
You mentioned some of those other tournaments. King of the Mountain at Central Mountain was also last weekend. And Powerade out at Cannon McMillan coming up next Thursday and Friday.
Correct. So we've got Andrew Wirt still on top, trying to work a wrist. And again, how many times did you hear this over the years? Cross wrist tilt.
Cross wrist tilt.
Was unable to get him stuck there. Was able to roll him through. Great job by Jake Barrick, using his length to as his legs came through to completely roll through to avoid having to give up any back points. Andrew Wirt still with that cross wrist and attempting to, again, earn 2 near fall. Nice snap down by Barrick. Now he's digging for legs. Sort of late, although he's got both feet. If he can put them up over his head, was unable to do so.
Time runs out in the first period. It's Wirt with a 2-0 lead over Barrick at 1:32.
Andrew Wirt selecting the defensive position to begin the second period. And as you look at Jake Barrick, do you see any fat on that kid?
No.
How does he lose 8 more pounds?
I have no idea.
Wow. Well, I think both the National Federation and State Federation has done a phenomenal job based upon when I wrestled with the weight control measures that have been placed into effect, ensuring that that the health of wrestlers and the ability to lose weight over a course of time rather than all at one time really has stopped the type of health issues that we've seen with wrestlers traditionally. And you got to get there over time. But when I look at a guy like Jake Barrick, you wonder where he could lose any more weight. Again, Wirt digging hands, putting 2-3 moves together, earning an escape, and then right in, going out of bounds. How long was that? 6 seconds?
6 seconds on the move. Yeah.
When that whistle blows, if you want to get out of the bottom, you got to work from the time it blows until the time you're free. Now scoops a nice outside single. He's got to grab the other leg. Now the length of Barrick may really come into advantage here. It looks like he's got 2 there. He does have 2. He's got 2. Referee should confer. He's got 2. Yep. Good call. Way to work together.
The advantage of having 2 officials.
Yep.
Good job by Mike Citino and Brian Schwartz. Guys in the striped shirts calling the action for us tonight. So that 2 gives Wirt now a 5-0 lead.
Wirt looks strong. Slips a leg in there. Again, attempting to use that cross wrist, trying to keep him stuck there. He's got to be careful because he's got him pretty close to his own back. He's got to get a little space between him and Barrick's hips. Barrick now attempting to keep the leg out, has been able to scoop it up and holding on. Probably end up in a stalemate right here if they're not moving from this spot.
Here's the whistle. It's amazing, George. You say it here and it happens out there.
Well, 23 years of officiating and spending half my life in wrestling, I should know the calls, although it's different being over here versus in the stripes and being yelled at.
Now, they're just screaming it live out there. They're actually listening to us, aren't they?
No, they're not listening at all. And both of these guys I've worked with over the course of the years. Both of them, actually, Mike Citino started when I did as an official, and Brian didn't come in that too far afterwards. Both guys have done the highest level of wrestling, and 2 quality officials to do a big-time match here tonight. Wirt again trying to work that wrist. Really doesn't give a whole lot of space. As you can see, he covers those hips and keeps everything moving forward. Ties up legs, requires Barrick to carry his entire body weight the entire time, which really does wear you down over the course of time, moving everything forward. Everything forward. That's Jeff Swiggert's grind and pound you top position. Never getting out of control, keeping something hooked at all times, and still trying to work a cross wrist tilt or something in there for him to be able to earn a couple of points.
So other than that early takedown, it's status quo for the rest of the period, and we now move to period number 3. at 132. Ward with a 5-0 lead in control over Jake Barrick of Cumberland Valley.
Barrick selecting the neutral position to begin the third period. Again, two really quality wrestlers here. Both guys really trying to move the other individual to get them in a position to score. Not putting themselves out in bad position at all. Nice job by Wirt. That was, you ever see one of those fake to the left, punches to the right in boxing? That's similar. You fake to the left, then you come hard to the right. Barrick actually comes out of the position much better. He needs to be able to get behind. That is not two. Nope, that is not two. Good call by the officials again. Coaches knowing how important these bonus points are here.
There haven't been many tonight.
No, there hasn't.
So if you can get a major decision tonight, it could go a long way. It's only 1 point, but it could really be big at the end of the night.
It could. And again, Barrick backing out here. He's backing out across the whole mat. It won't be long before you're going to see the stalling call come out. If we have another display like we just saw in that flurry, I'm sure you'll see his stalling. He's got to start moving forward, not backwards. Andrew Wirt would be smart to press the action here. And again, Barrick doing nothing but countering. Now working a Russian, trying to do an inside trip. Nice job. That was a really, really nice job. He's touched his feet, he's touched his arms. Oh, man. I'd like to see a replay on that. That was good. He's got a neutral. Now, what that's called is in Oklahoma. What he did is slip through. Watch.
Here it is.
You'll see it slip through. If his hands touch and rest here, that should be two. Let's just watch this real quick. He slides him through. Boom, he's got it locked. Inside leg locked. Touch his hands. That should have been two. It was touch, judgment call, but again, they need to see the weight that's on the hand, so maybe he didn't feel that he really had the control there. But
and that's going to bring us to an end at 132 pounds as we have 3.6 seconds left.
Still wouldn't have made a difference. It would have only been 7. But
Andrew Wirt picks up the 3rd straight win for Central Dauphin. He's the winner at 132. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
Back at Central Dauphin, we are halfway through. We move to match number 8 on the night. It's 138 pounds. Cameron Sellen of Central Dauphin taking on Wyatt Long of Cumberland Valley.
this is where Cumberland Valley starts to step it up. Wyatt Long, really nice. I think where you did not see CD get bonus points, you will see Cumberland Valley. They have solid areas to be able to defend some of the best wrestlers Central Dauphin has. Central Dauphin doesn't have that kind of lineup to defend the real studs from Cumberland Valley. Now, I'm not saying they're not going to fight. I'm not going to say they're not going to be good, but you're probably going to see a lot more bonus points here.
And we might see 3 of those bonuses coming up here momentarily.
Cumberland Valley fans not happy, thinking that
that was a pin.
Missed it, but you have to remember, all of those you at home, there's not a touch rule. Both of your shoulder blades, scapular, shoulder, need to be touching for 2 seconds. They just don't need to touch. It needs to be 1001, 1002. So just to see those shoulders touch doesn't indicate it's a pin.
So Wyatt Long in control. 5-0 after those 3 back points.
College, a different story. As soon as they touch, it's over. As I say that, Wyatt Long really stops the action. It comes out quick there in a 5-0 lead. Now it's kind of hanging there, just waiting to ride out the rest of the period.
Do wrestlers go into a match thinking or have a strategy like, I need to win this as quickly as I can, or maybe I'm going to take my time and work on some things, work on the technical end of it?
In a match like this, I think you want to go out there and earn your points. But there are some wrestlers that have a lot of confidence that believe they can really get a workout in the process. I don't know if Dave Heckert would condone that tonight. I think you'd rather see the less opportunity for something negative to happen. And you have to understand, even though Central Dauphin may be outclassed in these next couple weight classes, any one of these guys can turn these guys around and change the outcome of a match. So they're not slouches by any means. All these kids have come up through a tough program and are quality wrestlers on any other night.
So Wyatt Long, the Eagles senior, with 107 wins coming into this season. He had 39 wins last year.
Nice. See how he got him moving away, and then just scooped that leg, got him out of position, got him off balance, and attacked that inside leg and found another 2 up, 7-1. Wyatt Long now in. Looks like he's earning back points here.
Good close-up of the agony that a wrestler goes through when he's in being controlled.
Now he's really pounded down on that at half. He's got a lot of time to work with it, too. He's got legs stuck in. What he's going to have to do, you're going to see him come back and settle his chest if he can. Now he's got scissors on the body. Now he's up over top. He's got to chest him. He couldn't get him up. He's got to either come perpendicular or completely parallel. Any other way would not work for squaring him away and pinning him. Hubbard does earn another 3 to go up 10-1 here towards the end of the second period. Cameron Sellen doing a great job trying and stave off bonus points so far.
Well, he's made it through 2 periods as we go to period number 3, but it's Wyatt Long of Cumberland Valley in control. 10-1. Eagles in need of some points, hoping to stop the bleeding, no pun intended, as they've lost the last 3 matches. As the Rams open up an 18-10 lead on the big scoreboard.
Nice dump of the head inside. Got to be careful. That was nice series by both guys. Wyatt Long really trying to press for the front headlock. Tried to throw him by. Cameron Sellen doing a nice job of countering. Staying on his feet. Now Wyatt Long back in. Actually, no, out of bounds. Good call. That's a good call. I agree with the official there. It might appear that he was in, but when he came up, one foot was out of bounds, one was in. Both need to be in.
Not a popular call with the crowd, but nobody on the CV bench moved.
Now Wyatt Long earning another 2, going up 12-1. And again, he's earned 1 bonus point here. We'll see if he's going to try to go for another. Obviously, he is. Letting Cameron up, make the score 12-2. 10-point edge. A takedown straight to his back could do it. And that's probably what he's looking for.
10-point advantage for Long. Just under 30 seconds left. Right now looking at a 4-point major decision.
No. That's exactly what you don't want to do. He finally gave him 2. Won't do much damage, but had the potential to be really bad. You don't hip over a guy when you're on your back. You find yourself tighter on your back. Now he's trying to work a near side cradle. He's going to run out of time.
Wyatt Long, Cumberland Valley gets the Eagles back on the board with a win at 138. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
So the Eagles get their first win in a couple of matches, so it is now an 18-14 lead in favor of Central Dauphin. As we move on to 145, it's Joey Stoke of Central Dauphin.
This is Cal Reichert.
Against Cal Reichert of Cumberland Valley.
The older Reichert trying to seek some revenge. Next 2 wrestlers for Cumberland Valley. I know, again, trying to expect bonus points here. Cal Reichert in on a double. Earns the first 2 of the match. Cal Reichert now a senior.
Reichert coming into this season with 74 wins, 18 by pin. Stoke, a junior, 47 wins coming into this season with 18 pins.
Not much happening here. Reichert just hanging on to a leg here. Needs to be working if he's going to throw the leg to try to turn. Both guys braced out here. Suspect that we'll either see a stalemate or back in bounds here. Not a whole lot of action. Either that or there's always an opportunity for the top guy to call him for stalling. Both guys not doing a whole lot, though.
Content to just ride out the period, which we do. End of the first, Reichert with a 2-0 lead.
Reichert selecting the defensive position to start the second period. Joey Stoke is going to be cautioned for a false start, going a little bit earlier before the whistle. And you see, right to his feet, working hands. Great job by Stoke. Way to stay engaged. Reichert did a great job. The challenge that he had there is he didn't get his body away and his arm between the body. Stoke was able to keep him tight. Now he's got a figure 4 on the leg. Now cross figure 4. Reichert trying to use his back leg to free it up. Looks like Stoke likes to ride legs. And one thing I do know about legs, they can grind you up a little bit, and they can also take some time off the clock. And if used right, you can earn some points. Yeah, it's really tough. You see how when he has his legs, he's got them above the thigh. To be able to actually get your knees up underneath you in that position with all that weight is almost impossible. So you got to free those legs up first. Now Reichert's worked up onto his knees. Now again working to his feet a little bit. Great job by Stoke trying to be able to maintain control. Second caution by Stoke. Next one is going to cost them a point. Clean start there. Stoke again. Brings him down to the mat safely. Has a tight waist in. Reichert right back on his feet, ripping hands, attempting to get himself out. Looks good to be able to do it there.
That point makes it 3-0 in favor of Reichert now.
Reichert in on a single. Actually, he's going to get two. No, I don't know. We're going to see. Referee's call here. Swaggert's basically out. Out on the mat. I think he was ready to wrestle him himself and say, "Wrestle in, son."
How about some night we just put striped shirts on the two head coaches and let them call it? What do you think?
I think you packed this gym. We promised we wouldn't talk about that, but again, single leg there.
Here's that move again.
Again, you have to keep, if your knees go out, your feet have to stay in. And what he's trying to do is collect both back legs, which he's able to do. Knees out. Now he's finally doing it. You can't have knees out, feet back in, knees out, feet back in. So good call by the officials.
So we're underway at third period at 1:45. Cal Reichert with a 3-0 lead over Joey Stoke of Central Dauphin.
Reichert now working the one wrist. Both guys got to do something here. Top guy, you got an obligation to move. Bottom guy hasn't gotten his face off the mat yet. Both guys technically could be called for stalling in these positions.
Is that possible?
Yes, it is.
It's
Absolutely.
called double stall?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've called it.
.61 seconds left. 1:45.
That was close there. You see, he got a quick advantage on the whistle there. That could have cost him a point. Instead, now he's on top. Now he earns a stalling warning, and Reichert must bring him back down to the mat, or he's going to get a second call. And he's trying to pull him out of bounds. That was close. You got to wrestle in. Next stalling warning will cost him a point. 44 seconds to go. 3-0 lead still by Cal Reichert over Joey Stoke. Another not clean start there.
Starts are all concentration.
A little bit of anticipation. There used to be times when guys would get a jump on the whistle, and I'd always go out to them and tell them, "I'm going to hold this one, guys." So instead of trying to anticipate the whistle, we'd get a fair start. So that's a way you get guys to stop from jumping. Say you hold one, and you stop this routine of them anticipating when you're going to blow your whistle.
Coming into the closing seconds at our match at 1:45, Cal Reichert grabbed the early lead against Joey Stoke.
That's one. Stoke
now
needs to try to
3-1,
get
but
free.
that's going to do it.
3-2.
Cal Reichert of Cumberland Valley, the winner at 1:45. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
We move to 152. We have ourselves a match here. Central Dauphin on top of Cumberland Valley, 18-17. It's Cody Saline of Central Dauphin at 152, taking on Will Caldice of Cumberland Valley.
Will Caldice, as we know, we were used to seeing him at a much lighter weight, up to 152. Talking to his dad before the match, said no longer is he sucking so much weight. He's feeling really strong, had a great weekend, has wrestled some of the top wrestlers in the country so far, and really has been performing at the top of his game right now. Again, jumps from 138 to 152. It's a big jump in that middle weight class, and so far he's been handling the weight well. Dad said he's feeling really strong, and so far his record and his wrestling has indicated that he's able to really compete at the highest level at this 152-pound weight class.
Caldice finished 6th at Beast of the East, comes into this season with 110 wins, 29 by pin. Saline also a senior, but with just 4 career victories, all of those coming last year.
That looked good there, though. So he's not coming out here lightly. Nice shrug by. Obviously no stranger to the mat, and really holding his own so far within the first minute against a very, very tough Will Caldice. Will Caldice again on another dump. Has that arm hook, not able to keep him for additional back points. Earning another 2, though, going up 4-1. Game letting him up again. Shrug by again. Attempt. Caldice again working inside tie.
Caldice 4-2 advantage.
On the straight in for another dump. Keeps pressing, keeps pressing. Inside trip. Doesn't put himself in a great position there, but still holds on to the leg. Working the edge. Needs to scoop up the other leg in order to get 2. Pulling him in, he does so. Caldice looks like he's put on weight well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember the jump that I used to take. I wrestled from 138, then it started out 160, down to 52, then maybe the end of the year 40. And there's a big jump between 138 and 152. I mean, there's a distinct difference between the level of competition and the strength.
That'll do it for period number 1 at 152. 10th match of the evening. Will Caldice with a 6-2 lead. And his Eagles trail on the big board 18-17.
There's Granby to start, straight to his feet. Gets caught underneath. Now trying to swim him out. Trying to grab that leg. Again, creates some space. Arm inside the body. Earns 2. I'll tell you, Caldice is not having an easy time in this match. He's forced to earn it. Showing that he's going to give an optional start.
So he gives up the 1. Make it 8-3.
Going to run out of real estate.
Nice little flip move there, back to the feet.
I remember when I used to do that.
I couldn't even do that when I was in shape.
Nice inside slide by. That was good. That was just power there. Again, trying to give up one.
So it's now 10-4.
Caldee's very methodical. Try to back spin around, almost cost him. Sometimes when you have your arm and you try to do a complete spin around, they hang on there. It doesn't put you in the best position.
You know, looking at my notes here, Caldese has been the model of consistency. In his 3 seasons leading up to this one, he's had 38 wins, 34 wins, 38 wins.
Yep. And make it 12-4 here, 24 seconds to go in the second period. Obviously, Cumberland Valley is expecting bonus points here. And a match that continues to stay very tight.
So if it ends right now, you got 1 bonus point. It would be 4 for the major decision.
But again, you get Caldese, then I don't know what they're going to do here with McCoy and Milliken. But obviously, Milliken, one heck of a wrestler.
So let's set the situation up here. We got 4 matches to go after this. It's only 1 point. Are we going to be seeing a lot of coaching coming into the decisions that are going to be made now over the last 4 matches?
You're always going to see a lot of coaching from these guys, but we don't know if Skitz Light is going to be in the lineup here tonight. They said he had an injury this past weekend. So again, you give the edge to Cumberland Valley there at 160, also at 170, depending upon who's going to bump up. And then we'll have to see. 180, the 182, 195 matches are going to be the deciding factors, and don't know a whole lot about the 95-pounder for Central Dauphin, but I know Austin Cupco is no stranger. So I'd give the advantage to Cumberland Valley on the next 2, and we'll see where we're at with 82 and 95.
This stretch we're going through right here is the one with all the veteran wrestlers, but it's going to be decided in those final couple of matches by guys who really haven't been in this situation in their careers.
Oh, that's oftentimes these tight matches do come down to. I see Skitz Lake getting ready back there. Caldese now looking to try to get bonus points here. Controversy here comes if we want to see it again. Whether or not there's 2 points at the end of this flurry.
Let's take a look.
Caldese tries to get in. Again, duck under. Wrong flurry. Wrong flurry. We'll have to take a look at it again. But the outcome is the referees award no points.
So still 10-point advantage, and now 2 more. 18-6.
Sort of a surprise here. Only 1 bonus point again. I don't think this was expected.
$13-point advantage. It's going to be the win for Will Caldese of Cumberland Valley as he puts the Eagles back in front at 152 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com.
It's better at Brenner.
serving Central PA for over 95 years.
60 pounds for Central Dauphin, Kean Blythe.
That's not. Who is that?
And from Cumberland Valley, Cole McCoy.
Kean Blythe. McCoy. And Kean Blythe from Central Dauphin. Against Skitchlight. I don't know if he's going to be in the lineup or not tonight. Doesn't look like it.
So that 4-point major decision by Will Caldice has put Cumberland Valley back on top by a score of 21-18. It was back and forth for the first couple of matches. Then Central Dauphin rattled off 3 straight wins, and now Cumberland Valley's come back at 38, 45, and 52 to retake the lead. 21-18 as we go to 160. Kean Blythe and Cole McCoy.
McCoy out 2-0. Looks like Milliken will bump up to wrestle 170.
170, yeah. It's got to be such a great feeling for a coach having that flexibility, knowing that you have a stud wrestler like that and you can move him around. He's not locked into one weight class.
Yep. Cole McCoy, I know last year wrestled a lot at 170 as well, and is down, looks like at 154.2 he weighed in at, so I wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, if Caldice makes a move down and everybody makes a move down. I don't know how that all works out for Cumberland Valley, because they've got a pretty solid lineup, at least for the regular season, but where do they end up postseason? And then you got Caldice, Reichert. I'd suspect you may see Caldice at 145 by the end of the season.
This is, of course, a big match in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. There's a big one in Mid-Penn Keystone, I believe, going on tonight, too. Cedar Cliff and Lower Dauphin.
2 storied wrestling schools. We would probably be there had it not been for this.
For this one. We'll see both of those later on in the month of January in separate matches.
Cole McCoy now moving to a 4-1 lead as we end the first period.
Good solid outing by McCoy in the first period, 4-1. Looking to expand the Eagles' lead.
McCoy snatching that wrist, burying it in the middle of the back, still trying to maintain control of that wrist on the inside, and now trying to go in with both hands and dig it out. Having a hard time doing it, choosing to now move off of it. You hear coaches saying again and again and again, that's what you got to do to get out. Cole McCoy said he had enough. Let's go back on our feet and see if he can earn additional points.
And he's got the 4-1 advantage.
I don't know about that. He just basically fell down. McCoy just sliding around, now trying to work an inside cradle. I suspect based upon that last takedown, we're going to see a little bit more of let you up, take you down here.
Now 6-2. You know, George, the way the crowd was buzzing before the start of this one, I think they were expecting fireworks, and not a lot of fireworks tonight. Just a lot of close, technical, tight wrestling.
Yeah, it's been two teams that really are not giving up anything significantly. It just seems like the wrestlers that are in the power side of the lineup are earning a couple more bonus points for Cumberland Valley at this point. But by no means has this been a runaway by any stretch of the imaginations, and Central Dauphin is still in a fighting shot, down 21-18.
This is match number 11 on the night. 3 more to go.
McCoy asking the coach if he could go neutral, and Heckard was clear to say, no, you will not. You will be in the defensive position. So what he wanted, obviously the 1 before he wanted the 2.
That's where the coach says you want to get neutral. Start down and get neutral.
Well, now let him up. Let him up and take him down again, or turn him.
Didn't even get neutral because he did the reversal.
Yeah.
So.
The only way he was going to let him get neutral is if he was going to let him up again after he turned in. Just like he's doing right now.
So now we're in major decision territory right now. And a 10-3. Keep letting go.
They're just really not very good efforts there by Blythe. He's stretched out. He's flat. He needs to get his knees underneath him and dig. You're just going to see McCoy spin around. You don't lay flat on your belly as you're trying to attempt to finish a takedown. And again, Skitch Light out of the lineup. That could be different at the end of the season when we're talking about District 3 championships and meeting again. Both guys seem to be content with trying to ride this out. Major decision has been earned this far. Going to ride it out.
And that's going to be it. Cole McCoy, winner 12-3 at 160 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened, at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Cumberland Valley's rattled off 4 straight victories to extend their lead now. It's now 25-18. 3 matches to go as we move to 170. And it's Quentin Milliken of Cumberland Valley taking on Christian Ulrich of Central Dauphin. Ulrich.
Milliken, we know, was 4th place finish at the Beast of the East. This past weekend finished 2nd place in districts last year, and is teed up to have a really, really good junior year. And I don't think we're expecting this one to go the distance. See how he's going to scoot his hips out, try and throw that half, and then get out from underneath. There you go. That's it. Boy, he did that perfect.
Whoa, was that nice.
You got to scoot out away from yourself as you're trying to turn him. Otherwise, you end up with him on top of you. 2 more makes it 7-0. Milliken really slick on the inside with tilts and trying to get points. Got another 2 there quickly. Makes it 9-0. He's a real tall, lanky, but has some strength with that leverage. Looks like he's in really good shape, too.
Not long ago, Central Dauphin had themselves an 18-10 lead. But the Eagles have come roaring back, and believe it or not, this match here could wrap things up.
Yep.
Milliken can come up with the pin that will clinch victory for the Eagles tonight. Technical fall would put it in dormy, as they say in golf.
Putting it in dormy.
9-0. So go to period number 2 at 170 pounds. 2 more to go after this one.
Milliken snatches the legs on the way in. Now is attempting to get his head popped out, and then probably trying to scoop his head here if he's going to get it correct. Trying to scoop his head here and stack him. Didn't get a chance to do that, but now, look, coming across. That's not a legal headlock. Coaches are right. That wasn't a legal headlock. You need to have an arm included when you lock it up. Going to go up here 14-0.
One more, and we have our first technical fall of the night.
Although if he gets his half in here, it may be lights out from a pin perspective. If he sinks this thing in a little bit deeper, this could be it. Great job of fighting off his back. He still has it, though. He's giving up the points now.
Makes it 14.
That means next time he turns him around, he either has to stick him or he ends up with a tech. Another one, rolling him right. Look, double underhooks. Pull him right on top of him. Slide out and get that half in. You see? He's got to slide right down that
move.
Right there. He's got to stick him here, and he did.
There it is. That's going to clinch it for Cumberland Valley. Quentin Milliken, winner by fall at 170 pounds. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
Quentin Milliken at 170 with that fall is going to put Cumberland Valley in the victory column tonight. It's now 31-18 as we move on to our next to last match of the night. We move on to 182.
Here we go with our names.
I think it's Michael Tolbert of Central Dauphin. And
Quinn Bonney.
Quinn Bonney of Cumberland Valley.
Mitchell Talbot. Sort of a methodical match tonight, you know?
Yeah, we were just saying during the commercial break how it feels almost like a college match. A lot of technical stuff and not a lot of fireworks.
Quentin Milliken obviously dominating there in that last performance. But otherwise has been, you know, less than electric tonight. Not exactly what we were expecting, but still great quality of wrestling we brought to the fans at home. And early on, despite finishing 2 teams behind Central Dauphin and the Beast of the East, Cumberland Valley is going to be the first regular season dual victors. Quinn Bonney with the first 2. That's Mitchell Talbot up. There you go. Talbot now earning 2, taking a 3-2 advantage.
So an action-packed first period at 182 pounds. It's Mitchell Talbot of Central Dauphin with the lead 3-2.
Quinn Bonney selecting the defensive position. Going a little bit early. Cautioned by referee Mike Citino. And again, depending upon where folks were at the lineup, these matches could have decided it, you know. Bonney onto his feet. Ties it up 3-3.
Yeah, that victory by Milliken, it's kind of taken the air out of the building.
Yeah, it has.
And a lot of the people around the upper level here at Central Dauphin decided to call it a night.
Yep.
Well, we still got this and one more to go.
Quinn Bonney. These guys look pretty evenly matched. If it would have come down to this, this would have certainly not been able to see a clear winner prior to this match beginning. And this could mean a lot coming into postseason. When we're talking about how the guys match up, what were the early season victories, this could give one or the other confidence to take somebody on in the regular season. Quinn Bonney now in on a dump and earns 2.
Showed a lot of quickness on that one.
Mitchell Talbot sitting out, earning 1. 5-4, Quinn Bonney, Cumberland Valley. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. They almost go through the head table. We don't want them to mess up our jerky over there. You know, when you take a look, if you guys scan over to that head table, the 4 individuals there have probably been involved and saw more wrestling than any person in this building combined. They serve as the district scorekeepers, the state scorekeepers, the regional scorekeepers. There's a professional group not only on the mat and as coaches, but also behind the clock and making sure that the scores are correct.
It's going to do it for 2 periods. Quinn Bonney of Cumberland Valley with a 5-4 lead going into period number 3.
There they are.
The Mount Rushmore
they are,
of wrestling.
They are the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. And it is CD Cumberland Valley. Those 2 guys have been friends for years. And I see them at every match. I've probably seen them for the last 35 years.
Yeah, when we have a wide shot, if you could get a look at the table there, the gentleman sitting on the floor just to the left of that table, Jeremy Elliott of Penn Live. Give a special shout out to him. This is his final match. He's leaving Penn Live after tonight. Going to go explore some other options and do some other things. But certainly a great friend of high school wrestling in the area as well as all sports, especially motorsports as well.
Jeremy, a competent guy, always on top of it, and his reporting and descriptive accounts of the evenings have led to a lot of great articles and being able to relive the moments even if you weren't there.
And he's also added a lot to some of our telecasts over the years.
A whole lot. This is coming down to the wire, 7-7. Minute to go.
After somewhat of a lull there, we actually come up with a very entertaining bout right now.
Both guys are breathing heavy.
There's Jeremy Elliott.
Still working away on the apple.
Again, folks, High School Sports Live would like to thank the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency.
And we have an injury timeout.
Dauphin County Commissioners, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, Capital Region Insurance Agency, OSS Health, the Liquor Control Board, Ralph Tractor, Giant.
Our next match, we're going to take the rest of the holiday season off for Christmas and New Year's. And we will be back the first Thursday after the New Year. That'll be Thursday, January 5th. It'll be Northern, the Polar Bears traveling to Cedar Cliff to take on the Colts. It'll be the first time we've ever had Northern on, so interesting to see what the Polar Bears bring to the Golden Corral for that one.
Until we are able to do so, we've got one heck of a final match here. 7-7 tied up. Quinn Bonney and Mitchell Talbot. Mitchell Talbot has shown that he's got stamina late. Both guys at the end of this period looking a little fatigued. Talbot with an inside high crotch attempt, now on his knees, needs to work up. Quinn Bonney blocking to the inside. Now he's trying to spin, does it for two. 12 seconds remaining. Both guys exhausted.
That's going to do it. Quinn Bonney of Cumberland Valley, the winner at 182. You're watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
So Cumberland Valley is rolling to a victory tonight. They rattled off 6 straight victories, and they have a commanding 34-18 lead as we head our final match of the night. It's 195 pounds. Stay tuned for the Giant postgame show coming up, during which we will be giving our Hoffman Ford Wrestler of the Match and our CRIA Move of the Match. So if you've been watching all evening, kind of make some mental notes as to what you think those 2 award winners will be, and we'll see if your opinion matches ours. It's coming up in the Giant post-match show.
Right now for Central Dauphin High School, we got Cole Vilicki. For Cumberland Valley, we've got Lucas Wandling. Vilicki earns the first 2 of the match. Vilicki trying to bring him back down to the mat. That's Wandling go. Makes the match 2-1. Cole Vilicki, Central Dauphin. Vilicki again in on a single leg. Switches to a double. Makes it 4-1.
So the fans wanted some fireworks, and they're starting to get something here.
Yeah, I think we got
last couple of matches.
2 guys that may not normally be in the lineup going up against each other too. So. The Lucas Wandling looks like he could be on the basketball court, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's probably about a good 6'3", 6'4". Uses that length to his advantage. In there on a single leg.
It's got that length that you like, right?
That I don't like.
Depending on your perspective.
There you go, Wanling. Now making it 4-4 in an entertaining final match here.
Very entertaining first period in our final match of the night. 195. Lucas Wanling of Cumberland Valley and Cole Valicki of Central Dauphin. Knotted up at 4 as we go to period number 2.
Caution. Lucas Wanling went early. His first caution. He selected the defensive position to begin the second period. Immediately up to his feet. Spins out and earns 1. In on the double leg. Not giving anything yet. Now he earns 2. Swag still fighting to the very last match.
That's what you call leading by example.
I love him. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't you ever
show
quit.
Your wrestlers, I'm not quitting, don't you?
That's right. He won't either. He won't. Ever. I've been looking over, and I always think watching Swags is even as entertaining as watching any of these matches. He perches up on the back of the chair and gets himself so intense. He's one of the most intense guys I've known, and I've known him since I've been in high school.
It's great to look at the coaches during a match and the way they're moving and they're leaning and they're doing the moves too on the side, just like the guys on the mat are.
But if Swag's actions could speak out there, he'd kill half his kids. Oh, he's a beauty. He never quits.
Yeah, but he loves him.
Oh, he does. He is one of the most kind, hard-working. He'd do anything in the world for anybody. But he expects a lot out of you, too, just like he does himself. Look at him. He's funner. He's more fun. Somebody should get the camera on Swags. He's leaning in. There he is. There he is. Let's watch the coach. He's no joke. He is always focused and doesn't quit at any time.
He's more intense than the wrestlers.
He is. He is.
So back to the mat.
Here we go. Wanling looking like he's getting a half. He's got him on his back. This could be it. That's
there
it.
Is. Lucas Wanling is going to finish things off in style for Cumberland Valley. So he gets the fall at 195 to finish off the night. Cumberland Valley is going to win this one by a final of 40-18.
That's a whooping.
Watching High School Sports Live on ABC 27, presented by PHFA.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm proud to help save lives.
And I'm Brandon when he was in 8th grade.
With Dad's job, We moved around a lot.
So I went to school online at Connections Academy.
Virtual education was more flexible, and it really motivated me to learn.
I got way organized.
That paid off junior year when I started going to high school here in town, and it's paying off now.
Whoa, you look cool in that uniform.
I know, right? We look cool.
Commonwealth Connections Academy, the tuition-free public cyber school.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
No regrets. If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. At rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Do you want a quick wrap? This is our CRIA, Capital Region Insurance Agency, move of the match. It occurred in the 113-pound. It's Ben Mon. It was scoreless with 10 seconds left, and he comes up with the 3 back points right there as time runs out, and that gave him the win.
We were questioning whether it was okay for him to take the offensive position, and he waited till the last 10 seconds and was able to earn 3 back points and show that his selection there was the right one by finishing the match and going ahead and again putting Cumberland Valley in a good position there with 3 points.
So that CRIA move of the match by Ben Mon of Cumberland Valley. Now we're going to take a look at our Hoffman wrestler of the match. That too also is from Cumberland Valley, and that occurred at 170 pounds. It's Quentin Milligan. Was in control of this one most of the way. And he comes up with a pin over Christian Urich of Central Dauphin.
And at this point, he was up, would have been a technical fall at this point, and was able to...
He was up by 14 at the time.
Finish him off. Instead of earning 5 points, he earned 6 points to put it out of reach for Cumberland Valley. Quentin Milliken, again, top wrestler last year, 4th place finish at the Beast of the East, 2nd in districts, and we're expecting great things out of him. Not only during the regular season, but also the postseason.
And that win by Milliken at 170 put the Eagles up 31-18. Again, the final score. Cumberland Valley dominates the last 7 matches, winning all 7. They were down 18-10 at one point. They come roaring back with the last 30 points and win 40-18. We had a lot of fireworks in the matches that these teams wrestled last year. This one, not quite so much. Does this do anything as far as the rest of the season is concerned?
I made a statement. I told you early the buzz around the gym was, there's a couple of guys out that were from Central Dauphin, but I don't think it would have made a difference tonight. I mean, Cumberland Valley had confidence walking in. They felt that they'd win the additional bonus points through the strength of their lineup, even though the match was close as we got to the 138-pound weight class. When the meat of their lineup came in, you saw they didn't have a loss from there on out. So Cumberland Valley in the beginning of the year, again, despite finishing 2 spots behind them in the Beast of the East tournament as far as team goes, and dual meet dominance so far, a 40-18 match I've not seen posted in Central Dauphin Gym. So I suspect this will serve as motivation for Central Dauphin. They're going to look back at tonight, talk about toss-up wins, effort, looking to get their full lineup healthy. And you can best rest assured this is not going to be the same Central Dauphin team you're going to see postseason in Cumberland Valley. They proved that they are the dominant team to beat in the center part of the state, and clearly from a dual meet perspective are going to be the team to beat in Central Pennsylvania.
You mentioned the tournament results where Central Dauphin finished ahead. it's a totally different game when you have the team standings in a tournament compared to head-to-head competition. Cumberland Valley certainly proved that tonight. So they win this one 40-18. We might see these teams further down the road come district playoff time. The next matchup here on High School Sports Live is going to be coming your way the Thursday after New Year's, January 5th. It's going to be the Northern Polar Bears traveling to Cedar Cliff to take on the Colts. So mark your calendars. That's the first of 3 straight Thursdays in the month of January. We'll be bringing you live wrestling action right here on High School Sports Live, presented by PHFA on ABC 27. So that's going to wrap it up from Central Dauphin tonight. Thank you to our crew from Invicta for bringing you the sights and sounds of this one. Again, Cumberland Valley coming out on top of Central Dauphin by a score of 40-18. For George Hartwick, I'm John Repitz. Thanks for watching, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We'll see you on the other side when we flip the calendar to January. Have a good night, everybody.
Merry Christmas.